Go to line 11.
All right, thanks, boys.
Later.
Hello.
Hey, it's Howard.
Hey, Howard.
First of all, I was just listening to Ralph. And number one, when he hit his head, I said to him, why don't you come out to my house and recuperate? So, of course, I cared that somebody hit their head. He had hit his head 2 days before. He never
Does your furnace need repair?
Just go to
now. Howard, hold on a second.
Howard.
You know what happens? Automatically, the show... Okay, we're still on.
Oh, okay. Do we out of time?
No, we're good. For you, there's always time.
Okay. Well, anyway, I just want to tell you, look, the thing with Ralph is no big deal. But the fact of the matter is, when he says nobody cares about him, I don't remember, I remember it a different way. He said to me, banged his head. I called him up. I said, why don't you come out and recuperate? And the fact of the matter is, for 2 days, he didn't throw up. When he went to the hospital, like the last listener just said, when he went to the hospital, guess what? There was no concussion. He didn't have any concussion. For a guy who had supposedly a concussion, he was running around. He was smoking, drinking. He was so drunk that night, he couldn't even remember the night.
See, he says he wasn't that drunk.
He was drinking the entire day. And he was eating. He was so hungry from his not eating, because he never eats, he started to eat and eat and eat. He ate an inordinate amount of food.
Hey, Howard, Ralph's on the phone, and he wants us. He's got his. The reason
he vomited is because he overate and he drank and he smoked.
You want to hear Ralph's side of the story, Howard? He's on right now.
I know this side of the story. Go ahead. I don't care.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
What's an inordinate amount of food? Eating a wrap? And some potato chips?
You didn't eat a wrap. We had a dinner that night, and you were ravenous, and then you ate nuts the whole night in the basement with me, and you were just eating one thing after another, and desserts. You get so hungry from not eating. You think and listen, you're no skinny marink yourself. You got man titties now that are pretty big. You're a little chubby. So
it's not. No, I really don't. And you're
yes,
really
you
much
do.
bigger than my man.
No offense. I'm a little heavy.
You might want to slow down on the food.
No, you're telling me to slow down. Let's face it.
Well, you're the one who's eating all day.
No, I don't eat all day. 3 meals. All I eat is 3 meals a day.
Why are you saying that I don't I don't remember the day? I remember everything that happened that day.
I know you were smoking all day.
I was not.
Yes, you were.
I was smoking it. I smoked a little bit in the afternoon. I smoked some pot in the afternoon, like 12 or 1 o'clock.
If I had a head injury, I wouldn't be smoking, and you were drinking all night.
Yeah, I had some wine at dinner.
I thought you said you didn't drink.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay.
You're making it sound like I was drinking voluminous amounts of...
No, but you were drinking enough that you couldn't even You told me you were drunk.
But But do you understand that? Do you understand that that's not enough to make you black out?
When you went to the hospital, you didn't black out. When you went to the hospital, they took a CAT scan of you. There was nothing wrong with you.
And there wasn't, right? But I mean...
Yeah, you had no concussion. You're telling everybody you have a concussion.
Wait a second. You're telling me... You're telling me that you could throw up in the middle of the night and not remember it, and that's not a blackout?
No, I said you drank, you smoked, you overate, and that caused you to throw up. Not a head injury. If you were throwing up from a head injury, you went to the hospital. They would have said you have a head injury.
Right.
I threw up that night in the toilet before I went to bed. I was awake. I mean, I remember everything about that day, so... Except
Ralph,
when I went to...
Ralph, you're always sick. There's always something wrong. Every time you've been to my house, you've been sick.
Well, maybe you just make me sick.
One time before that, you had diarrhea. Remember that?
Yeah.
All right. So that was a whole big thing. You had diarrhea. Listen, I don't mind. I'm just telling you.
I have irritable bowel syndrome, and you get me irritable.
But I'm saying is, I don't mind. I'm just telling you, you're a difficult guest. There's constant situations. You're either getting lost. You're screaming at people, where's my address? You have to take buses back in the middle of the night. You can't find your home. You constantly, certainly saying to people, lunch is at noon and dinner is at 8 is very gracious, and that's not sitting and eating constantly. Most people have 3 meals a day. It's pretty much the standard. You don't have to eat the meals, but then again, you don't have to keep wrapping things up, looking for saran wrap. I'm just saying, you're high maintenance.
I did that once. I wrapped up a sandwich so I could eat something later.
And it's like, while I'm eating, do you know where the saran wrap is? Do you know where the ice is? Do you know where I can get a cup? Do you know what? I mean, Ralph, You're high maintenance. Just accept it.
Well,
You're high maintenance.
I don't know.
High maintenance.
You're pretty high maintenance yourself, Junior.
Well,
all criticism is self-criticism.
Well,
all
I'm high maintenance, but I stay at my own home. I'm high maintenance, but I stay at my own house. That's the difference.
Right, and so do I. So stop inviting me over.
I'm just saying you're a high maintenance guest, and I did stop inviting you over. That's why you all ragged out.
No, it was the end of the summer. I didn't want to go back.
No, that's not the case. You said to me, I'm going to do everything I can to get back. I'm going to be a good guest. And you came out and you vomited all over everything.
Well, listen, wasn't I a good guest?
What do you want from me, man?
Wasn't I a good guest until I vomited? Come on.
Yeah, you were doing good.
Everything
was
was
better.
Everything was great until the vomit.
But Ralph, you got to.
The vomit's a major thing.
Ralph, you got to say, when you say, wasn't I a great guest? You know, it's like when Stuttering John would be late, I'd yell at him, and then 3 weeks later, he's like, I've been late for 3 weeks. Howard yelled at you, you were a good guest for a month.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's always, there's never a trouble-free weekend. Never a trouble-free weekend.
I think I had 2 good trips before the vomit.
Go ahead, Ronnie. We don't have to, we can go. Now, Ronnie was pulling over so I could keep arguing, but, you know, I just want to set the record straight. And by the way, and by the way, Ralph says things have changed. They haven't changed. It's just that Ralph started coming out to my house, and every time he came out was a problem.
I didn't say things changed. I still love you, Walt.
Yeah, same here. I'm just saying that it would be hard for me to have Ralph as a house guest. It's very difficult. Now, up until then, I never had a house where, when I started getting a house, I started to go out to the Hamptons in the summer, and I'd either rent a house or have my own house. I'd invite Ralph out, and whenever we'd have him out, there'd always be a problem. As Artie witnessed, as Robin witnessed, as a lot of people have witnessed. But if I had never had him out to my house, I wouldn't know the difference. I don't dislike the guy. I just say he's a tough guest.
Oh, come on. I'm so much fun. Please.
Howard, is the situation where when Ralph's out there, you're waiting for the next thing to happen? Like, you know.
Yeah, like Artie said, like, you know, we decide to go out. And then Ralph will make you wait till the last minute. He says, "No, you said we're leaving at 8 o'clock, and it's 7:59, and I'm making reservations to go to L.A." And you know, it's always like you're always waiting. And
well, I mean, if somebody tells me they're going to leave at 8, I expect to leave at 8.
You don't start making reservations for L.A. at 7:58.
Let me tell you something. Being early is just as annoying as being late. You have this passive aggressive thing where you like to show up places early.
There's a lot of people, I'm sure, who want to invite you over. I'm just not one of them.
Right. And I have problems.
I'd be happy to hang out with you anytime, as long as you don't have to sleep over. It's just a pain in the ass. But anyway,
why would Ronnie go drive you into the Hudson?
No, man. I got to jump out. As a matter of fact, let me see what's doing here.
What's doing there?
Let me see. All right, Ronnie, I'll see you later.
Ronnie, ride the brakes. Yeah. Ronnie, ride the brakes.
Be quiet. Oh, man. Oh.
Bounce them around. Bounce them around, Ronnie.
Unlike you, I've been up all morning, so I'm a little slow.
Oh, you're so cranky. You should start getting up at 8 o'clock, man. You'd be much nicer.
All right, boys, I'm checking out.
All right, man. Thanks for calling.
Later, douchebag.
That was fascinating.
So I guess that's what those phone conversations sound like between the two of you.
That was a wrap-up show exclusive.
Yeah, you know what? Actually,
all right, now let me tell you the truth since he's off the phone.
We got to go. We really got to go.
Got 2 anorexic chicks arguing about which one's
by the way, John Hine...
Two high-maintenance chicks arguing about which one's more high-maintenance.
Yeah, John Hine and I are in here trying to figure out how to drop 30 to 50 pounds, and you're fucking talking to 2 fucking Auschwitz victims who were talking about having man titties.
I don't know where that came from.
I think that came from you making the comment that Howard was getting a little heavier or something.
I didn't.
No, not you. I think either Ralph made or somebody.
The other day, yeah.
Ralph made that comment.
I mean, I got to be honest with him. I mean, he needs to slim down a little bit.
All right, we'll have the Biggest Loser conversation a different time. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with the